Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We've got our first official look at the Rogue Trooper movie by Duncan Jones. This is the 2000 AD comic book movie adaptation, I guess, or comic book adaptation to a movie. Instantly, there will be something that a lot of people who are familiar with the comic will not like, and that's the guy's eyes. Just straight off, bit weird. He has, he has pupils, like he has eyes. For those that don't know, he doesn't have pupils normally. In literally every single piece of media normally, he just has solid white eyes. Literally, even the video game adaptation that came out, all the comics, everything was just solid white. It was pretty much a staple actually, because he's blue and white, and that was the design. I mean, you can look at all the comic book art here. Yeah, there was never really anything that showed him having pupils, so that does matter. I know it sounds a bit dumb to some people, but that's an odd look comparatively to what it's supposed to look like. That is odd. Yeah. Genuinely not sure why. But okay. Also gave him some sort of scarring on the face. Never really had that, but alright. So we're going to take a look at this. This is an Empire Online exclusive piece, so it's worthwhile having a look at. We haven't actually heard much about this at all a long time ago. I think it's probably about 2 years ago now. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. But we had some images released, which I guess was the first look. But it looked more like concept art than anything else. And now we're getting like the proper images of the presumably finished product. So this is why it's the first look. But this has been long in the works. It seems 2000 AD and Rebellion, who own 2000 AD, can't really do anything quickly. And it's not to say that you have to do things quickly, but for those that don't remember, I was actually one of the first people to interview Brian Jenkins and Jason Kingsley over at Rebellion for their 2000 AD Judge Dredd Mega City 1 movie series thing. It wasn't a movie, it was a TV series. And that was ages ago. That was, I think, honestly, as far back as 2017. Which is it's a really long time ago now. And that's not what's not happened, is it? So they don't do anything quickly, Rebellion, as a business. But anyway, I digress. Just worthwhile chit-chatting about it. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Do turn those bell notifications on. Rogue Trooper exclusive. Aneurin Barnard is a super soldier in Duncan Jones' animated sci-fi movie. So, from Moon to Source Code and Warcraft to Mute, Duncan Jones has long since proven himself a leading light as both an intelligent sci-fi filmmaker and a director who knows a thing or two about bringing a unique artistic sensibility to ambitious large-scale projects. And his latest, which is a long-gestating animated adaptation of 2000 AD's Rogue Trooper sci-fi comic book series, looks set to prove the apotheosis, of Jones's creative journey to date. Built using Epic Games' cutting-edge Unreal Engine 5, Rogue Trooper sees Aneurin Barnard, Doctor Who, star as a lone survivor super soldier on a mission for vengeance, accompanied naturally by a sentient gun, backpack, and helmet, imbued with his dead fellow squadron's personalities. It's a really good comic, by the way, and they say if it sounds wild on paper, then you ain't seen nothing yet. And we'll look at the images, but the comic is great. Like, the comic is genuinely great. It's a really good comic. The game, as well, that came out on PS2, is a very good game. I really liked the game. It was a long time ago since I played it. And I do know that they remastered it as well for PC and current consoles. It's well worth picking up if you can. I'm not one to really promote things that much here on the channel. You guys know that. And I'm certainly not one to promote things from rebellion, because they all seem to think I'm like some right-wing Nazi for some unbeknownst reason, because they can't handle constructive, nuanced conversation, it seems. However, if you want to play a good game, Rogue Trooper is a good game, and I would recommend it. So, there you go. Anyway, so here's some of the imagery, and the imagery does actually look great. Like, this looks beautiful. Like, it looks incredible. Beautiful, incredible. It looks... I mean, it does look a bit like the game, to be honest. It looks like I would have expected it to look. I do have an issue with it being completely CGI. I do have an issue with that just generally. Like this is weird. You know? It's that uncanny valley stuff here. I'm not massively keen on that. But these shots here, vehicles, landscapes, looks amazing. This close-up stuff, not so good. And again, this one, bit odd. Why did you give him pupils, is what I want to know. Like, why? I'm going to labour that point because it's annoying. Didn't need to change it. But okay, anyway. So, lost soldiers traversing barren, toxic wastelands, check. A great big hulking tank of the future imposing itself on Rogue Trooper's new Earth setting, check. A pair of Jermaine Clement and Matt Berry voiced looting baddies called Mr. Brass and Mr. Bland that delicately straddle the brow of the hill overlooking Uncanny Valley, check. Oh, okay, that's Jermaine Clement and Matt Berry, okay. Yeah, we're thinking Jones is back and not a moment too soon. For those unfamiliar with Dave Gibbons and Jerry Finley Day's classic British comics, Rogue Trooper is set on the aforementioned New Earth, where war rages between the fascistic Norts and the democratic Southers. So it's North and South, basically. Bernard then plays Rogue, a genetic infantryman, GI, which is it was kind of always cool, to be honest. They've been engineered for battle in the planet's poisonous atmosphere, who, per the movie synopsis, finds himself the sole survivor of an invasion force. There was also a female Rogue Trooper at one point as well. But it was done in quite a cool way, not going to lie, it was quite cool. So yeah. It turns out his unit had been sold out by a traitor, which is where the sentient combat kit and vengeance quest all comes in. It's heady, surreal, eye-poppingly creative stuff, aka the perfect source material for a new Jones joint. So, yeah, Rebellion and Liberty Films also gave them basically like a peek behind the curtain at the facial stuff. So, there you go. I mean, it's just close-up for faces, isn't it, really? It's not exactly incredible, but alright. So, yeah, with cutting-edge tech being used to turn comic panels into cinematic spectacle, Jones at the helm, and a stacked ensemble that elsewhere includes Deep Breath, Hayley Atwell. Oh, hopefully she'll be playing the female Rogue Trooper. That'd be cool. The female GI. Jack Loudon, Daryl McCormack, Reese Shearsmith, Diane Morgan, Alice Lowe, Asa Butterfield, Sean Bean. Rogue Trooper's long journey to the big screen is nearly at its end. I don't think is this actually going to the big screen? We don't know. They're saying here, coming to a cinema near you, but I, as far as I'm aware, they haven't actually got a distributor, so I don't know if that is actually the case. So I don't know if Empire's right with that. It's looking like they're trying to distribute it, but I'm not aware that they have one. I could be wrong. Let me know down below if you guys know. But there you go. Look, you know, my main point of contention is the eyes. He shouldn't have them. Sorry, he just shouldn't. That's dumb. Some of this stuff looks okay. Some of it looks amazing, and some of it just looks okay. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.